From the time I was old enough to understand more complex concepts, I remember having heard about the term human error. And even from that time, I remember the feeling that there was just something that was beyond us. Try as we might, we just couldn't get it right. And I understood that most of our systems were hogtied by this thing called human error. We would hear about it as a risk to nuclear systems. We would hear about it in mathematics calculations or other kind of industry and commerce. Human error. And it had this undertone of us being deficient. And it was okay. We understood. We couldn't get it right all the time. Was that so bad? Things were going pretty okay. But this is what I am drawn to remember as I think about the way things are today, now in 2026. Just yesterday, I was watching something about a man who had tried to report to 911 in the United States about someone who was in a children's playground or some such, and he was indecently exposing himself. And the guy tried to call the emergency services. He tried to call the police. And when he called 911, he got AI who promptly hung up on him because it couldn't understand what he was trying to tell it. And the man was unsurprisingly outraged, hence his ranting on this TikTok or Instagram reel. I'm not sure what it was. I watched it as part of a compilation. And you could see the real harm that could have come, as he said in the video, from not having a human there to understand the simple idea that there's a nasty man in the park and the children are in danger. Oh my God, seriously. And as he said, it could have been so much worse. Someone could have been being murdered. And I recalled this after my day that I spent today, which was basically engulfed by the fact that an automated payment system will not stop taking funds out of my account, even though I have discussed with the party that I'm paying, and they agree that I've paid in full. So I'm calling up the banks and I'm sending emails. This is automation. This is what happens when we leave it to the machines. Makes me think that maybe human error isn't so bad, wasn't so bad. And this is the problem. We get fooled, we get convinced into being dissatisfied with our situation. I'm not talking about just putting up with things, tolerating things. I'm saying we can learn to be grateful for what we have and how it is, and not be tempted to fall for these ideas of how much better something will be. This is a form of future forecasting. Our whole lives we have been future forecasted to. This is something that narcissists and other similar types employ in their toolkit. They'll make a whole load of these promises based on this utopian future that's going to be so wonderful when we get there, and it's going to be so much better than this low-level stuff that we currently have. That low-level stuff was never low-level. It was humans doing for humans what humans do for each other, providing services, showing care and intent to get something done. And here, when we've offloaded and outsourced so many of these things to machines, to AI, to technology, which, by the way, I have no problem with, but it should not supersede our capacity, because we have also heard stories throughout history of things that could have gone wrong, and it just took one human to step in, and so much that could have gone wrong has been averted. I speak a lot about our value and acknowledging our value and valuing our value as humans now, as everything we are and everything we can bring to the table is constantly threatened. It is put down as though it is insufficient and inadequate. Nothing has a success rate of 100%, but as humans we do pretty well. And if we built our characters and we built ourselves and we correctly directed and oriented ourselves in the way we should, our error rate would decrease significantly. Just because we haven't done the work on ourselves, and thus sometimes there is greater error, doesn't mean that we need to turn to inanimate objects, to machines, to machine programming, to AI, to do what we should step up and do for ourselves. Human error? I prefer it. It's not about the error. It's about the humans rising to the occasion. It's about us realizing that we can do better, and we should want to do better for ourselves and for each other. And we don't need other systems and machines to do it for us. Absolutely, they can complement us. Absolutely, we should go hand in hand with the brilliance and genius of the technology that we humans have created. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Let's reorient back to an understanding of our own value. Let's apply ourselves as best we can.